So I've been thinking about what to call this video, and I'm not sure because I'm going to go off on a few different topics. Mainly it all relates around supernatural belief and the law and how they both intertwine. So I'm not sure how I want to talk about this. First, I want to bring up this point. It's kind of off topic, but it's kind of related. That the National Science Foundation recently released this poll that they did, and it could have been skewed because of the way they worded it. But they found out that like a quarter of all Americans don't know that the Earth goes around the sun. That means that for every 100 people watching this video, 25 of you motherfuckers don't know that the Earth goes around the sun. And what the hell is your problem? How did you not know that? It seems we live in an age where anything can be Googled, everybody has smartphones. There's no excuse to not know how things work. I mean, you could say you knew what everybody thinks, but you didn't believe it because of some ideology or religious belief, but there's no reason not to know. How did you think the Earth with the sun in the morning and it goes down at night, how did you think all that happened? I've been thinking about this a lot. I made some videos previously about different laws and how things would be weird if certain legal situations. Like, what about this videos, for example? Like, what about this? You know, different sexual situations could occur that nobody's thought of yet. I'm thinking the government should acknowledge that there is no supernatural anything, at least as far as the law is concerned. For example, if somebody kills somebody in the name of God, or they said that God was talking to them, they still go to jail. We acknowledge that. We put them in a crazy house or a mental institution, right? How come that's not separate from people that believe in God and people that say they talk to God? One's crazy, one's not. We already acknowledge in the case of where people have kids that they died because they didn't take them to the doctor because they thought they could heal them through faith. How come those parents go to jail, but the people that actually believe still that it works are not going to mental institutions or imprisoned or anything like that? Now, if you want to just remove religion from the equation and not think about it like a church-state kind of thing, think about it just as far as supernatural belief. I'm going to give you some situations. Every week I use an elevator. Once every week. And I'm sure some of you have probably seen this video on YouTube where there's a lot of pranks going on YouTube right now. Let's just talk about that. There's a lot of people doing a lot of pranks. And there's a lot of dumb people, as we've established. 25% you don't know the Earth goes around the sun. So I'm thinking eventually we're going to get to a tipping point where the number of pranks and the number of dumb people collide, and we have this cascading sort of catastrophic failure that's going to occur. So I'm sure some of you have seen this video where they have this little girl dressed up as a ghost, or she's all like freaked out holding this baby doll in this elevator, right? They have these sliding door in the elevator car. How would that work, by the way? Is it an extra room in the elevator? Because the elevator goes up and down. Do they not feel the elevator's not moving if it's steady? If it's standing still? I'm not sure, but anyway. The girl dresses up as a ghost. I'm sure a lot of you have seen this. She's supposed to look all scary, and they turn the lights off and turn the light back on. She's standing there. People freak out and turn the lights off and on again, and she's gone. I think they saw a ghost, right? Okay, let's take this to America. I think this is all in a different country, but if this were America, you have a lot of people with concealed carry gun permits. And your reaction could be to shoot the fucking girl in the face when you see her appear. Like, it was a ghost. I just shot her in the face, lawyers. I'm sorry, I didn't know what I was doing, and I thought it was a ghost. It's an honest mistake, right? No, it's not an honest mistake, because we all know there's no such thing as ghosts. We should all admit ahead of time that, look, there's no supernatural stuff. If you shoot somebody and you think they're a ghost, you're a murderer. You're not just some reactionary accident that was waiting to happen. Because if you acknowledge that there are supernatural things that possibly exist, then you could use that excuse for anything. You could kill anyone and say you thought they were a ghost. And how could you argue against it? You were just temporarily insane? You were just out of your mind and you thought they were a ghost for a second? I mean, even if you took it, like with the TV show Supernatural, which kind of gives you a guide on how ghosts work, because they kill ghosts with rock salt and it makes them disappear. Like, even if the guy had rock salt and he shot someone and just severely injured them, you're still committing an act of assault. Possibly. You could still kill somebody with rock salt, I'm sure, at close range. That's one example. What about these zombie runs? You guys seen these? People run marathons and they have people dress up as zombies and chase them. What if they're running by some hunter's lodge or some guy that lives out in the woods? Maybe he reads the Bible a little bit too literally. I've been having this conversation with a friend of mine about how a lot of this stuff in the Bible people don't believe because they haven't read it or they haven't taken it seriously. But once they do, then shit's going to hit the fan, because there's a part, like right after Jesus ascends to heaven, this whole town the saints and the people in town rise up and they walk around, and it's a whole zombie apocalypse. But people don't really talk about it in religion. So maybe there are people that are just reading to that point. Maybe they think maybe zombies could exist. And here comes a bunch of runners being chased by a horde of zombies, and this guy, he's a survivalist. He has a bunch of guns out in the cabin. He's like, oh, I'm going to be a hero here. And he starts mowing people down with his fucking machine gun, right? He just thought there were zombies. Nothing they could do. Should he be convicted for mass murder? Yes, because we should all admit ahead of time there's no such thing as zombies. Situation 3. Okay, this one's a little out there, I'm going to admit. This is more of a what about this kind of scenario. There are a lot of people doing flash mobs. I've seen it all over TV shows and stuff. It's like a common thing in college campuses now. It's like people just see it every day almost, where people just pick a certain time of day and everybody just stands still, like time is frozen, but the people that aren't in on the joke don't know about it, so they think they're actually in some kind of time bubble. I don't know about you guys. There's probably some people out there that if they thought they were in an actual time bubble and they're the last person on Earth, just think about this. Okay, let's imagine that there's a hot chick in a bikini, and time stops as far as you know, and you're like poking people's cheeks, like, is this real? Is this real life? What's going on here? Like maybe one of the things you would do would be to take the panties off of the chick with the bikini, like take her bikini bottoms off. Just, is this going on right now? And they would probably react by that point. Let's say they're really committed to the flash mob, and you started raping them. I mean, obviously, you can't use that as a defense in court. It's like, I thought time was frozen. I had to repopulate the Earth. I wanted to see if I could repopulate the Earth. It was only like 30 seconds. I was just trying to confirm, but if it was true, then I would have needed to repopulate the Earth somehow. I want to see if like even people that are in the time bubble could still give birth to kids. Okay, that's not probably the best example of what my whole point was, but I'm just saying. It'd probably take you longer than 30 seconds to really freak out and just your whole world shifts in 30 seconds. You start going on a rampage, killing everyone, or ripping your clothes off and running into the woods to try to survive. I mean, alright, that wasn't the best example. What if the guy, okay, maybe it would make sense. Maybe this guy has this fantasy that, oh man, if time ever just stops, I'm going to rape the first person I see. Maybe this guy doesn't ever get laid, so maybe it's like a thing he's hoping would actually happen sometime. And like, oh, my wish has been fulfilled, and time has stopped. He immediately goes to raping some chick. I think at that point we would have to admit that supernatural belief does not belong in the laws of the government. There's also a precedent for this time-stopping thing in the Bible when they thought the sun stopped for a whole day, or stopped moving in the sky, which I guess would be the same as time-stopping. I mean, people still did stuff, but the sun was standing still for a whole day. And there's also the precedent for ghosts. A lot of people that believe in the Bible actually believe that there's demons around and there's ghosts and all kinds of spooky stuff. I mean, just vampires. What if somebody started thinking their next door neighbor was a vampire and they went and stabbed him with a silver sword because they thought it would work? Or like, you know that guy, I had a guy on my stream a while back on Twitch that I was playing a video from YouTube, and he thinks his energy was being sucked out when he was sleeping because of the copper coils in his bed springs, and there's some demon using it, and he had this crystal that had like copper coils in the bottom of it. He thought that was related, and he has all this weird stuff. He just started making stuff up that he believed because of who knows why. He's just an idiot.
And then I just felt like energy, like leaving my body, like it was being sucked down through the coils, through the springs, the bed springs on the mattress, right? Yeah, I ain't giving my energy to no fucking vampires to vamp off of my shit. My energy goes to my ancestors, not no gray alien who had a chance to live but fucked off their chances to live, and now they want to come and capitalize off of my vitality. You know what I'm saying? Nah, I'm not giving my energy to no malevolent force, no malevolent reptilians, no malevolent grays, none of that shit. I don't give a fuck. See all these different wires, they got their little system down pat. You will see that the actual mattress got coils in it, but they protect it so you can't see it. You know what I'm saying? I am stipulating in proclamation and in declaration, and I am decreeing, I'm declaring, and I am decreeing that I am not giving my energy to no evil entities or forces. When I am sleeping on this bed until I get an air mattress, no longer are evil entities allowed to take energy from me, and my energy is going to my ancestors to assist me in my life path journey. All evil entities and all evil spirits must flee.
There's a lot of idiots, as I've established, in the United States and other places. There's a lot of religious belief, a lot of idiots, and I think with the amount of pranks going on and the lack of knowledge, I mean, we got the internet. They should use the internet. But stuff's getting at a melting point or a tipping point or some kind of point where stuff's about to happen. It's kind of the point where if you're microwaving oatmeal and it starts to bubble over. I had that happen today. It's a bad situation you want to be in. It's kind of like when you try to deep fry turkey and you put too much oil in the thing and it flares up. It's one of those kind of situations.